All right, the Phillies are in a state of a weirdness right now, if you will. We don't know really what to make of them. Scott Profrock is the Phillies' assistant general manager. He's powered by Admiral Nissan, and he joins us here on the Sports Bash 97.3 ESPN FM. Phillies' assistant general manager Scott Profrock here with us on the Sports Bash 97.3 ESPN FM. Hey, Scott.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Everything's great. How's everything?
We're a little bit of the walking wounded, but we got a big boost last night from Mr. Halliday, so hopefully that will set us up to continue to play well as we head towards the All-Star break. So.
Well, I guess this isn't the season you guys envisioned so far. If you were able to define the first couple of months of this baseball season, how would you guys be putting this one together?
Well, I think we've had some bumps in the road, but on the other hand, we have basically the same record we had last year at this time. The only difference is last year at this time we were in first place. The Mets were struggling with injuries, and the Braves weren't playing well, and then the second half of the season we really took off, and hopefully we can do it again. Obviously, we may have to do it without Chase for another 6 or 7 weeks, and Polanco hopefully be back in a couple of weeks, but. We've got our work cut out for us, but as I said a couple of times since some of this happened, we certainly have the horses, to hopefully step up and perform for us. We've got 4 guys who were on the All-Star team last year, a couple former MVPs, Cy Young Award winner, 20-game winners, World Series MVP. I mean, we certainly have players that are capable of keeping us in contention until we get everybody else healthy.
Scott Profrock, the Phillies assistant GM's with us. You lose Utley. Polanco's out for a little while. Ruiz is out. Still some injuries to the pitching staff. Is there any urgency between you guys to possibly make some calls here and get something done earlier than July 31st?
Well, I mean, the thing that I'll say about our endeavors to improve the team, they're ongoing and then continual. Even the priorities may have changed slightly with the standpoint of the injuries that we've had, but Mike Ondo and our pro scouting staff, Charlie Kerfeld and our special assistants to Ruben, they're out there seeing players, looking for opportunities for us to improve ourselves on a constant basis throughout the course of the year. And Ruben's on the phone, constantly throughout the course of the season when we come up with ideas and thoughts that may help us improve. So, like I say, the focus may have shifted, a little bit. But on the other hand, we spent a lot of money this off season, trying to improve our bench. And Wilson Valdez has done a very good job. Juan Castro also filling in for Jimmy, and now Dobbs, who's done a good job here in the past when he's gotten playing times, and obviously had a big hit for us last night. They have an opportunity to do the job that that they were signed for, which was to fill in when needed, and hopefully they can supplement the rest of the players on the club, and keep us close, or even push us ahead as the season progresses.
Scott Profrock's with us, the Phillies assistant GM. That being said, is there some worry that if those guys get overexposed, that becomes a problem? And the guys like Valdez, and they get tired too. I mean, is there an urgency to maybe add somebody to get into the mix so those guys aren't out there every single day?
Well, again, Cody Ransom, we brought him up, and he did a nice job for us the other day, at playing third base when we faced a left-handed pitcher. Ross Glode still on the bench, Ben Francisco. So again, I think we have players that are capable of filling in. Juan Castro, got a big hit for us last night. So I think we've weathered the storm, fairly well to this point, and quite frankly, those guys have been doing, more than we expected, and unfortunately, we have some of our more veteran players who have performed well in the past that that have not performed up to their abilities to this point, and hopefully, again, Worth had a couple hits last night. Ibanez had a couple hits last night, and hopefully they're showing signs of coming around and and providing some leadership and hopefully head us in the right direction. I mean, there is concern obviously that guys that aren't normally regular players are put in those positions. But I think there's enough flexibility for Charlie, to work with the players that we have to give everybody a good break. I mean, Dane Sardinia's done a great job for us back behind the plate. The throw he made last night was a big part of the game, and it was one of the better throws I've ever seen. So,
well, you look at this team and where they are. You mentioned the same record. Obviously, the talent in your division has gone up a little bit. If you were looking to add stuff, is it another bat? Is it a bullpen guy? Is it a starter? I mean, do you have a checklist of things that you guys are hoping to improve, or are you just hoping that your 25-man roster is able to mend and stay with that?
Well, I think we're looking at whatever opportunities there are to improve ourselves. I think our starting pitching's been very good. Throughout the course of the season, pretty much, and led obviously by Roy and Jamie's pitched, done a tremendous job for us, and Kyle Kendrick's done very well. Blanton's starting to come around, and Cole's pitched well also. So the starting pitching isn't at this point isn't really a huge concern. And now that Jay Happ's healthy, we optioned him today to AAA, and hopefully he'll get himself headed in the right direction, makes us, even deeper starting pitching wise. The bullpen's a little bit of a concern. We've got Madsen hopefully coming back. He's pitching on the second day of his back-to-back rehab stints in Lehigh Valley tonight. Hopefully that goes well, and we'll be able to activate him later in the week. Chad Durbin and Antonio Vistardo are going to start rehab assignments probably the end of this week, over the weekend, and hopefully by the All-Star break we'll have our full complement of our bullpen, back in place, and obviously Brad needs to pitch the way he's capable of, and if that happens, I mean, I think we're in pretty good shape. I mean, you're still looking for ways to improve, and we're doing that. And if the outright opportunity presents itself where we don't have to, mortgage the future, I think we'll certainly take a look at it.
Well, I think one of the things, Scott, the fans are kind of interested to know is your minor league depth and money. Are money going to be an obstacle here, adding that? And do you guys, some people suggest you made so many trades to get Cliff last year and then Roy this year that you guys have nothing left to offer to call anybody. Is that, do you like your minor league prospects right now? Do you have people that people are calling about?
I would say we definitely have, some players that are interest to other organizations. I think Dominic Brown's probably the one. If after Mike Stanton and Jason Hayward have been called to the major leagues this year, Dominic might be the best power hitting outfield prospect in the game that's not in the major leagues. And again, obviously he was a player that's been constantly sought when we've talked about some of the deals we've done over the last couple of years. But we have him in our system at the upper levels. John Mayberry Jr. We've got some talent. Andrew Carpenter. Some guys that we feel can help us at the major league level, and I'm sure other clubs think they can help them too. But I don't think we've drained the system. J.C. Ramirez, the pitcher we got one of the guys we got from Cliff Lee's at AA, pitching very well. Tyson Gillies has had some hamstring problems, and Philippe Almont is down in Clearwater, trying to get himself headed in the right direction there, and we have the Lakewood team. We have a number of fine prospects there. So I think we've got a good depth of talent, and I don't think we're void of desirable players. It's just a matter of what our needs are, and what the other club's looking for, and whether we can match up. So I don't think we would have any trouble making a trade if somebody came to us with something that we wanted.
Now we're talking with Phillies assistant GM Scott Profrock here, 97.3 ESPN FM. We know everybody, Scott, as I'm sure you know, everybody looks back to that day where you made that deal. And I don't know if there's ever a day you guys sitting there and say, what were we doing, or did we do the right thing? But do you guys keep an ear out and an eye out, and are you concerned at all that a guy like Cliff could end up maybe even in your division or with another team that's in a race, and then you guys end up having to face him instead of having him at some point this year?
Well, we have Roy Halladay, and without doing what we did, we would not have Roy Halladay. So